Asus Zenfone's recent generations have been rightly characterized as small but powerful, fitting perfectly with the Asus Zenfone 10. This latest model belongs to the league of the most powerful Android phones, loaded with specifications, and doesn't stray far from the impressive design work of the Asus Zenfone 9, its predecessor. After using it for a couple of weeks, it has pleasantly surprised me. Packaged entirely in cardboard, including a much appreciated case and charger, the Asus Zenfone 10 made a striking impression. Its compact size, which I will reiterate throughout this review, coupled with the excellent quality and feel to the touch, caught my attention. However, one aspect raised some concerns. Asus has made minimal evolutionary changes to the phone from 2022, lacking a significant qualitative leap. Given how much I liked the Zenfone 9, it was reasonable to expect the same level from its successor. The expectations were high. Design: big surprises in small packages. In an era where smartphones have grown in screen diagonal, resulting in oversized final dimensions, encountering the Asus Zenfone 10 is a refreshing contrast. On one hand, its size makes it incredibly manageable, and on the other hand, this reduction doesn't compromise its capabilities. If you've always sought a small yet powerful smartphone, only budget constraints could hold you back. Using the phone is a delightful experience. It's wonderful to have a phone that's so easy to handle. It's not difficult to hold, the textured back enhances grip without retaining fingerprints, the buttons are easily accessible, and it's not overly thick, albeit not extremely slim either, especially around the camera area. Display: enjoying the display despite the size. If compact size is its identity, the raison d'etre of the Asus Zenfone 10 is its small 5.9-inch display. However, small is only in diagonal size, not in features. Despite being almost identical to the previous model, it offers an impressive graphic experience, brightness, and color fidelity. As is now mandatory, the phone boasts an AMOLED panel with a high refresh rate of up to 144 Hz. Although not LTPO, which is a pity, it has a drawback. Despite the high rate, it usually doesn't go beyond 120 Hz in dynamic mode. The 144 Hz is reserved for gaming mode and not all titles. In daily use, the panel switches between 60 and 120 Hz, but the effectiveness is not optimal. I've encountered refresh rates of 90 Hz while having a static desktop on the screen and 60 Hz in the camera app's viewfinder, for example. Sound: all you need, including the 3.5mm jack. Exquisite and diverse are the two adjectives that come to mind when defining the audio aspect of the Asus Zenfone 10. I've enjoyed it with headphones, and I appreciate the direct jack connection. The external stereo speaker setup is not only powerful but also of tremendous quality, with minimal distortion at maximum volume. Despite a slight sharpness in the high notes, the listening experience remains enjoyable. I did miss some bass reinforcement in the speaker pair. The maximum sound pressure I recorded was 87 dB measured on the phone with a sound meter app. Audio playback through headphones is excellent, both in terms of quality and versatility. Music is heard clearly and balanced. The Dirac audio enhancements strengthen the bass, adding punch to percussion. The phone offers sufficient volume in audio output and is compatible with a wide range of Bluetooth codecs, SBC, AAC, LDAC, LC3, and the entire Qualcomm aptX range. It supports high-res audio. Performance: speechless, a contender to beat in Android. There's no aspect where the expression small but powerful makes more sense than when referring to its performance. The Asus Zenfone 10 is an absolute powerhouse, outclassing any Android device it encounters, even those with much larger displays. With a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 at its heart, Asus makes it clear that its aspirations lie in power and maximum performance, in addition to energy efficiency, a detail I'll delve into in the next section. Because yes, there's nothing the Zenfone 10 can't handle. It launches games with higher graphic demands at the best possible resolution, never slowing down. The unit I tested came with ample RAM and storage, 16 and 512 GB, both top speed, and doesn't overheat even under pressure. Kudos, Asus. Battery could offer more duration, but wireless charging compensates. Asus hasn't made significant changes in design or hardware with the leap between generations. Much of the Zenfone 9's characteristics are retained in this model, including the battery and the charger included in the box, 4,300 mAh and 30W. However, there's a novelty that I particularly appreciate: wireless charging, up to 15W. The battery capacity remains the same, but Asus claims that thanks to the power consumption optimization provided by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, the Zenfone 10's autonomy has increased. Photography, the weakest point in an outstanding package. During my review last year of the Asus Zenfone 9, I already noted that the camera aspect is not the brand's strong suit. This is also evident in another of their popular series, the ROG Phone. Despite having more than capable hardware, the software doesn't quite manage the processing at the level of a premium brand. This doesn't mean that the Zenfone 10 takes bad photos, quite the opposite. It excels in image stabilization, making it unbeatable in that aspect. Given the phone's category, I believe Asus should include a telescopic lens camera. This is what the Zenfone 10 is missing. It includes digital zoom with the corresponding loss of sharpness and noise, reaching up to 8x. Asus Zenfone 10 opinion. I can't think of another current phone that better embodies the mantra of small and powerful. The Asus Zenfone 10 is the living image of this association of adjectives. Super compact, without losing sight of distinguished design, high-quality materials, and the advantage of having everything in a single device. And what about that textured back reminiscent of my beloved OnePlus One with a sandstone back? The red color suits it fabulously. The Zenfone 10 is among my favorites of 2023. If you want a special offer for the Asus Zenfone 10, visit the link below in the description.